Three, two, one. Hey friends, this is Ian Khan. It's Monday, April the 6th, and here we are in the midst of COVID-19. We're still struggling through it. We're still going through it. Different parts of the world are battling with it in a different way. And yet, this is the biggest time for us. It's a time of test. It's a time of facing the challenge. And it's the time for us to shine so that we can start planning and thinking about how to make the world a better place and how to recover from COVID-19. Global industries are very complex, and there's thousands of different professionals right now who have been laid off. They've been, companies have shut down, and the world is going through a big economic turnover right now. Amidst this crisis and unpredictable time, we need to come together. And for this reason, I have put together a series of live streams that bring together industry experts, and we talk about things that are important. This Wednesday, April the 8th, 2020, at 12 noon exactly. So April 8th, Wednesday, April the 8th, 2020, at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, I will be joined by some of the greatest experts in supply chain management across the world, and they will talk about the future of the industry, the impact of COVID-19 on supply chains, and where we are headed. Now, if you think very lightly about supply chains, let me tell you that the food that you eaten today, the places, the clothes that you're wearing, the materials that you have in your life, everything has happened because of supply chains. They've arrived at one place because of supply chains. Stores, retail, groceries, clothing, fashion, Home Depot, everybody relies on supply chains. And if supply chains get broken down, then it's the biggest challenge of the world. Energy prices, everything is affected by supply chains. And so supply chain management, SCM, is a very important topic for every single industry. It's one of those industries that impacts everything else. So if you're in technology, you're an accountant, you're a lawyer, you're any kind of professional, a leader, then you've got to be able to attend the SCM leadership live stream in order to understand the impact that's happening on industry right now and how that will affect you. We'll talk about things such as how do we recover? How do SCM industries and supply chain industries recover from what COVID-19 is doing? I am joined by people who have done so much work in the industry. I'm really humbled at having them. I've got Daniel Stanton, who's also known as Mr. Supply Chain. He's the author of Supply Chain for Dummies, a very popular best-selling book, and he's an industry standard practitioner who's really, really well-revered, extremely well-revered across the world. So he's going to be on board talking about what he's seeing as disruption and changes in the industry. I have Abe Ashkenazi, who's CEO of ASCM, the Association of Supply Chain Management Professionals. This is one of the world's largest bodies of supply chain management professionals across the world. And Abe is going to bring his expertise from the SCM world and being part of a very dynamic industry and talking to different leaders. Abe is going to bring a lot of content and context to where we are today and what we should be doing going forward. I also have John Monarch, who is CEO of ShipChain. Now, ShipChain is a blockchain company that focuses on the supply chain. And I wanted to bring somebody from the technology side, somebody from an early stage company or a startup company side to bring insight to the discussion. What role does technology play? What can we do in order to be better, create more efficiency? ShipChain has raised over $30 million until now in their funding rounds. And I'm very interested in speaking with John about what they see happening in the industry in the next 5 to 10 years. I also have an analyst. I have a research director from IDC on board. Andrew Myers is a research director at the firm IDC. IDC is one of the top analyst firms in the world, and he's going to bring insights to us from the supply chain side of the energy industry. What's happening, as an example, in the energy industry? Why are supply chains so important? What's the future of supply chains, and where are we headed in the next 6 months to 2 years amidst COVID-19, amidst the war at OPEC between Saudi Arabia and Russia right now? And if you haven't noticed, gas prices being really, really low right now. There's a reason for that. Supply chains have been disrupted, production has been disrupted, and that's what we want to learn about. How does that impact us? And last but not least, I've got Bob Triblecock, who's editorial director at Supply Chain Management Review. He's an industry expert. He works as a journalist. He knows a lot about the industry. So I want to bring his insights to the discussion to see what should we do, where's industry going, what's our capacity to change, and what are some of the best practices that supply chain companies today should enable in order to create a better tomorrow, a better future, and start working to improve things before COVID-19 finishes. Because where's the magic in starting your recovery process after COVID-19 is gone? It might be anywhere between 2, 3, 6, 12 to 24 months before COVID-19 is gone 100%. And I don't think we can afford to wait until things become better. We have to act right now, because supply chains are keeping the world going round, keeping the world operating. And it's very important that supply chain professionals everywhere jump on this live stream, leadership live stream, to understand where they should be going. The leadership live stream will be available on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and LinkedIn Live, all 3 platforms at the same time. And we're leveraging a platform that broadcasts our live streams all at once, everywhere, so you can watch it from your choice of platform. But in order to register, in order to access these live streams, please go to my website, iankhan.com/COVID-19. There's also a small link at the top that says COVID-19. Click there, register for this webinar. It's for day after tomorrow, Wednesday, April the 8th, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. You can't miss it. Go to my website, iankhan.com, iankhan.com/COVID-19. I want to see you at this live stream, because I really believe this is the greatest time for humanity. This is our time for comeback. This is our time for strategizing what we will do when things start changing, or even before that, to be able to work against the COVID-19 disruption and to keep things going, because that's what we do as humans, as people. We excel in the times of challenge. This is the time when we find out what we are made of, and I want you to find out what you're made of, what your strategy is, whether you're trying to reinvent your career in supply chain, or you've got a new position, or you're a leader, or you're a team leader, anybody, individual contributor. I want you to be part of this live stream on Wednesday. Do not miss this for anything. And we've strategically kept it at 12 noon so that we can cater to Europe and Middle East. It's evening for you guys in Europe and Middle East. You can still join the live stream. At Eastern Coast, of course, it's 12 noon. And then West Coast, it's still 9 a.m. And a lot of people from the West Coast are joining this as well. So we've tried our best to cater to everybody in order for you guys to join us. Please don't miss this for anything. iankhan.com/COVID-19. I'm going to see you at the live stream in a day, on a day before, day after tomorrow. And you can ask questions. You can ask any question that you want from any of the panelists. So we've got that feature available. Join me, and I'll see you soon. You take care.